ọwọ́ látọwọ́ mi. Ó dùn ọ̀rọ̀ náà dùn ó fẹ́ ké ọ̀rọ̀ náà dùn ìyíwèé mi ó fẹ́ ké.
I am from Kwara State, Ilorin to be precise.
Ìlú Ìlọrin ìṣèlú fìtínàfà. Fìtínàfà. Ìlọrin ìṣèlú jàgídíjàgan. Ìlú tó jìnnà síná tó sún màlì gánà. Ìlọrin ní.
I'm the second born in the family of about 19. My hobbies are sleeping and just hanging out actually, because I do a lot of work and I just have very little time for myself to relax, and the best way to utilize those very little time for me is just relax and hang out with my family especially. I attended Tender Age Nursery and Primary School in Lagos, right, and proceeded to Mount Carmel College, Ilorin, for my secondary education. I spent just a year in Mount Carmel College, and due to health, I moved to CNS College in the same Ilorin. All right, and I eventually finished my secondary education in Okiode Grammar School in Ilorin. Okay, so I proceeded to Kwara State Polytechnic for my diploma in law. But before I actually finished my diploma in law, I was fortunate to get admitted into the Faculty of Law in University of Ilorin, where I backed my LLB honors, my Bachelor in Law. All right, so I proceeded to the University of Ibadan for my Masters in Law. After then, I got admitted to the Faculty of Art, Department of Theatre Arts, University of Ibadan for a diploma course, which I did not finish actually. And I also proceeded to back to University of Ilorin for my PhD in law, where I just got admitted and probably still on that. Well, it's not easy, but I'm trying. What type of child am I in school? Well, I think I need to be sincere. I was very, very stubborn, and I'm not the cool type. I wasn't then, and I'm still not the cool type actually, but I am highly principled, and out of that, people actually think, oh, he's stubborn, I always want to ensure that I live by my words, I'm determined, and probably most of the time set goals for myself and ensure I achieve them. But well, like my mother told me, and like I got to know, I most of the time lead a lot of alutas in school. I am never a member of any secret cult, but when you talk about human rights activists, yes, I am one. Then. So I think due to that, I became extremely popular in school. And before I got admitted into University of Ilorin, of course, I've been into acting and, got a little bit of fame. And from there, people get to know me that, oh. And despite the fact that I engaged myself in that, my academics wasn't bad, because I was made my class rep from my 100 level to my 500 level. That actually shows that to a reasonable extent, okay, committed to my academics as well. So I was in between that. How did I discover my acting skills? Well, I would say first and foremost, it was easy for me to discover because that's what my father does, and when they do it, I tend to disturb him that if you have a role for a child, Daddy, I can do it, And at some point in time, I was given the opportunity to do it, and he actually saw, oh, he can do it. And he encouraged me, but insisted that I must be educated, And ever since I was young, I've been shouting, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a lawyer. So he insisted, and he ensured I pursued that particular career. Because coincidentally, he wanted to be a lawyer and he found himself being an actor. Because he encouraged me, it was easy for me to get both done side by side. I have full support from my parents. Okay, the title of the first movie that I featured in, I can remember, is actually a celluloid film. As produced by my father, Adiba Salami, and it's titled Ogun Ajayi. Right, I was barely 8 years old, you know, and I think that was 1984, 5, thereabout. I can't really remember, and I wasn't paid anything. How much was the first amount of money I made from acting? A lot of money then. It was 40,000 naira, and that is a Tadio Gidon film, Oblo, you know. Then that's as far back as 1995. But then I wasn't particular about the money. It's more of passion than money. And of course I was excited that I won that role because over 300 people auditioned for that role.
I'm not being mommy. Mommy, I'm going to tell you. I'm sure boss to me see if it's where I found me. Boss conductor àti driver yẹn bó ibẹ̀ sí níjà tó wọ́n á give tó ń búra wọn nìyẹn ìbínú yẹn ṣáà ni conductor yẹn fi gbowó driver yẹn sá lọ so mo kọ̀ dísà láti help driver yẹn kí n bá gbowó nígbà tí mo dẹ̀ bá gbowó tá dé bus stop mo á bí pé ṣé mo lè máa bá ṣiṣẹ́ conductor lọ.
Conductor ó ti kéré jù ó lè ṣe conductor.
And Tade never knew my father is Adebayo Salami. I won the audition based on merit. As an upcoming actor, did I experience any set discrimination? Yes. Yes, I did. Especially at that audition period, like I said. There was call for auditioning. And we have quite a number of people that came. Those that are actually studying theater arts in the university. We didn't go to the university to study theater arts, we were just studying it under my father, as in practical one, not too much of theory, you know. So when we got there, it was more like a caucus thing. So our side, we wanted to ensure that the role, you know, is actually for we that did not go to the university, and those that went to the university wanted to be sure that it is our thing, you know. So there was discrimination, and that was the first time I met Bimbo Akintola. Of course, she studied theater arts, and then she had an interest in someone else to win that particular role. And of course, if they pair us together to audition, you know, she gives in her best to the other person so that the person can give out the best in him. And when they pair me with her, you know, it's always very funny. I remember I told her this about some years ago, and we just laughed it off. That, can you actually remember that you didn't want me to actually win that role, you know? And of course, that was the little one I experienced, which I think is normal. When you have your person around and you're in the position to pull the person up, you prefer to do that rather than any other person. So.
Ojú pé kí n lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ jẹ́ ọ̀gá mi tètè dé ó pẹ́ kó tó dé nígbà tó dé tún máa dé wọn ò tún gbé mọ́tò wá ọlẹ́ni tó ní mọ́tò ti gba mọ́tò just like that sister mi.
The most trying period was when the director would want me to cry and shed tears. Naturally, it's difficult for me, you know. And Uncle Tadio Gidon would, in a bit of wanting you to do that, he's going to cry as well, you know. And I wasn't crying. I was extremely trying. When I got home, I had to beg my father to teach me how to cry, you know. He told me all sort of things. I still did not cry. And it made the competition very, very tight, you know. And eventually, at the final stage of the competition, I think I was a little bit lucky because naturally I have a shaky voice, and to so many people that sounds sympathetic, you know. So I was able to push the sympathetic voice and kind of put myself more into the situation, and I was lucky. Tears came, and that was how I won it. But it was very trying for me. What was the greatest risk and sacrifice I took for my career? Yes, I can remember. It's actually on the set of a project where I have to jump from like a 2-story building, you know, down, you know, and the director insisted on using, of course, an effect and all that, and I was like, no, I'm an actor, I can do it, you know. And at the point they said, okay, even if you're going to do it, can we have mattresses on the floor? I said, no, I can do it, you know. And okay, they gave me the opportunity to do what I wanted to do. I did, and I got my leg broken, you know, but it was just a simple fracture, and after some time it healed up and I was good. What is that career changing opportunity that elevated me from being an upcoming to the star, like you, star that I am right now? Well, I would actually say that it is my movie that I actually produced myself, and the fact that I actually get it in my head that now what can I actually contribute to the society, you know, through my own, you know, profession. So I see entertainment as an area in which you can instill so many things in people, you know, teach so many people, inform people, you know, sensitize so many people about so many things. So I just picked up one theme, dwelled on it, and I realized that people fell in love with it. And it's like, oh, it's done by Femi Adebayo. Then it used to be, Femi Adebayo, Gabilo's song, Femi Adebayo song. And actually it just turned to, oh, Jalili, you know. And for me, I think that was the major breaking point from God. What did I consider my most treasured achievement in my acting career? And if it's actually motivating me to do more. Well, I must be sincerely that it is the fame, you know, being popular, being appreciated by so many, you know, and being given that honor in so many places I go, even out of Nigeria. It's the most treasured thing that I have and I achieve in this industry, and of course it motivates me to do more. What is my advice to upcoming actors that are looking forward to be established? I'm just going to sincerely advise you that be more passionate about this profession rather than the financial aspect, and of course be committed and dedicated and be honest. Those are my own passwords, and with that I'm sure you can get there. What actually puts me off in Nollywood that I would love to see change is the platform in which we, you know, exhibit and show our works. All right, we have different platforms. We have cinemas, we have online TVs, we have DSTVs, other Star Times, other platforms. But I think those platforms are not being friendly to our works. So that is the major change I, you know, cannot wait to see in Nollywood. That's it.
I am a direct descendant of King Kosoko of Lagos. I am the only child of Mustapha Lasisi Kosoko.
Ọ̀kan ṣoṣo tí ń ṣe gbó, ọ̀kan ṣoṣo tí ń ṣọ̀dàn, ọ̀kan ṣoṣo àjànàkú tí minú gbọ́ kìjikìji.
I started acting precisely at the age of 10. That is 55 years ago. And I was stubborn. I always lead other children in doing funny things. In fact, some Parents do not even want their children to come along with me because they believe I will influence them badly. Rafts. So we used to use them as boats. We off all our dresses, put them somewhere, and we were even swimming at the edge of the river. But when we finished and we were about to go, a madman had already carried all our clothes. In fact, we first made an attempt to collect back our clothes from the madman. He pursued us with stick. Ade was able to convince his own parents that we were attacked by a madman. In my own case, I dragged some clothes from the lining, and cover myself up, pretending that the beating they gave me in the morning is affecting me. Before 1964, I used to gather for some of the kids in the compound because we have a very large compound. We used to gather somewhere, at the back of the house, doing entertainment, whatever we see in the television. And people really love me the way I act. So one of our tenants, Uncle Dele Toibo, approached me and said, he can make use of me in their production. It belongs to the fellow who translated. So that was why he invited me. We were there for auditioning, and I eventually won they gave me the role of Alabi in the production Makojuela. That was in 1964, and where it was recorded on NTA, on NTV then, Babish. Then we also staged it at various places. In those days, when you are in the studio, they watch it at home immediately. And so I never knew they had laid ambushed for me. So I got another good beating of my life. Surprisingly, most of the people beating me now started shouting, Ogunde, Ogunde, they left me, Ogunde, Ogunde. Their one uncle, Yinka Jacobs, now said, why are you beating this boy now? That is the man is trying to emulate. You all left him and start saying Ogunde, Ogunde. So let's encourage him. Then I got a little freedom. They agreed, but with some conditions. Eventually, I became another good example for children in that environment. But my father would still manage to call me and advise me, look, you are a royal prince, Jide. You cannot be entertaining people. You should be entertained as a royal prince. So I said, it's all right. But this is what I love. And I try as much as possible to adjust. But they eventually agreed with me. In 1972, when I eventually formed my own group, my father was there. Funny enough, I tell you something. My mother and father had been separated before that day. But my show brought them together again. And I started becoming a nice chap. Because since 1972, I started bringing smart things home. My first movie role was in a production titled Princely Prince. I just played a minor wakapas, and I was paid. I happened to be one of the co-pioneers of films in this country. There are a lot of challenges. Challenge of trying to have an industry, even without us knowing that we are building an industry. But when it comes to film, we, as leaders, we started bringing people in, and that is the problem we created for the industry ourselves. Everybody just comes in and do whatever they like. One of my trying moments was when I lost my wife, the first one. She was actually with me in my theater group. She supports me. When she left, during childbirth, it pains me a lot. And less than a year after I left her, I lost my first wife. She works with the customs then. And those periods were trying period. At the point I was the president of our association, ANTP then. And, it was then the largest artist body in the country. So that means we run into thousands, and then we have quite a lot of people. We have different members, people who are not really actors, but they are with us. They don't know they are below. They don't know what exactly brought them into the industry, but they are there. Especially when we eventually got one Victor Ashaolu, as a member of the association, and to us it was causing confusion here and there, and he wants to attain a position by hobbies, and members are not willing to give him such position. He took us to court. That was another serious challenge for me. Film industry in Nigeria, we in the Yoruba genre of the industry commercialized it. There have been films, but Ajani Ogo by Ola Balogun was, to me, the first commercially successful film in Nigeria, because Ola Balogun used the already popular Alarijo theatre, the Yoruba theatre groups. We were then popular on stage, so he used us for the film, especially using late Duro Ladipo and Adeyemi Afolayan Adelove, to star the film. And surprisingly, for the first time, people rushed to the cinema to watch these films. So, thereafter, Adelove also did his own Ija Obidira. Baba Ogunde Aye, Ojo Ladipo with Ogun Ajayi, and several others. I also did Ojiji and so many other films like that. It was in 1985 during the Structural Adjustment Program, SAP, when Naira was devalued and we couldn't raise enough Naira to buy dollars for the post-production of our films. That was when Muhyiddin Aromire, of blessed memory, tried his hand on a video, home video. We didn't like it at all. We believe he's trying to spoil the film industry, but then we don't know when funds will be coming for us to start shooting on celluloid again. Because in those days we cannot complete the post-production of our films here locally. I may bold to say that my contribution to the industry is not small at all. If you want to be a professional actor, you must be trained. It's either you go to the university to have it, or get, registered with some of the existing groups. It is important. If you are not trained, especially the ladies, if you get crashed, then don't say anybody is harassing you, trying to exchange sex for all. They will, because you get crashed. But if you are trained and you know what you are, they will respect you, give you what you deserve, and sky will be your starting point.
My name is Emir Bishop Omo. I'm from Akwa Ibom State.
I want to go home. I'm from Akwa Ibom. In case you don't know, Akwa Ibom,
My hobbies: watching boxing, watching combat sports, and that's all. I did my primary school in Kings and Queens Nazarene Primary School in Uyo. I attended 3 secondary schools. Uyo High School, ASCO Staff Comprehensive Secondary School at Jakarta, Kogi State, and I finished at the Nigerian Christian Institute in Uyo. And then I went in to study philosophy in the University of Uyo, and I'm currently doing my master's in the University of Uyo, also in the discipline of philosophy.
I want to express myself and tell you from the bottom of my heart that I want to toast you.
Toast quoi?
I was outwardly calm. I was very unassuming, very adventurous, very mischievous. You know, I was a very interesting, happy kid.
Ça va bien, merci, et vous? And now, remove the Messi and put Ronaldo. Ça va bien, Ronaldo, et vous?
It had always been there. I've always been acting. I've been doing church dramas while growing up, acting in theater groups while growing up, and opportunity to be on TV. There was an auditions. I went. I did well in the auditions, and I was given a character to play. Arguably, I did well, and that's it. That fueled my conviction to continue doing it. And then when I found out that, okay, I'm likely not, there's going to be a high likelihood of my being distracted from my academic pursuits, I just had to take a little recess, go on a bit of recess, and continue when I was done with my school. And before I could say Jack Robinson, I broke even. And it deepened my conviction to making it a full-time career, and here I am today.
And I also make sure I pay my workers.
Shut up! Shut up! What do you know? See, let me tell you. See, be careful.
Sir, please.
Don't mislead
Sir,
my
please,
people.
Sir, please.
Do you know the number of people this thing has hit?
Please, sorry.
No, don't interfere. You are a fine girl. There is no business between politics and a slave queen.
Well, you make decisions that you think will go down well for your children. That's why you're there. You have to love them and you have to guide them. You have to give them proper guidance as far as their career is concerned. Which parent would want a child to go into professional acting without having to see someone who had been there and then had been very successful prior to the child's choice or pick of acting as a career? You would say, oh, you want to be an actor? Like who? So at this point in time, I want to thank lots of my at the front line, fighting hard, biting hard, digging deep, and creating a niche for themselves, making the industry attractive enough for my parents to look and say, okay, my mother, because I lost my father a long time ago, for my mother to say, okay, fine, if this is what you want to be, like this person, then it's okay, it's fine. But it wasn't a cakewalk, it wasn't a stroll in the park. I had some hitches there, here and there, which is very normal. If the choice of your career path is not convincing enough, they'll have to question it because they all wish the best for you.
I didn't know you are so funny and nice. I talked to you on the phone. But I see you now, really. I like Nigeria. Yes, I like this country. I like your people.
The title of the first film I featured in was Dance in the Forest in 2004. Dance in the Forest, yes. 2004, directed by Francis Ago of blessed memory. It was just a scene, and I brought light to the film because of just that one scene. And funny enough, I took that. I played Edet 2 days to the production being finished. 2 days to the closure of production. And it got the director thinking. He thought and wished the scene was shot on the first day of the production, when everybody is not tired and mentally fatigued and itchy, ready to go, that he could have increased the scenes for me, which is what I always wanted. I wanted to be given the space, I wanted to be given the platform, I wanted to be given the spotlight for me to be artistically expressional as I could. And that meant a lot to me because as a greenhorn, as a debutant, I got a person like that, so convinced and tied into self-belief or belief in me, and also massaging my own self-belief. I think I did good. So that's one of the things that inspired me, and then I said, okay, fine, this race, I'm not ready to chicken out, and I won't.
Madam, you didn't hear?
Yes, yes.
You know, say,
I know, Gabriel. Stop all this you're doing, eh?
What?
Come, my head, you say you want to marry Queen, eh?
Are they Chris?
Why do you want to marry Queen?
I know they fear. Inside this house. Are they Chris?
I was too focused to pay attention or pitch my tent around any form of discrimination. Yes, I had been doubted, I had been treated very unfairly. You know, there are lots of things that happened in the course of my rise that could have buckled my knees and made me want to throw in the towel, but I didn't. I saw the bigger picture, and I just had this conviction inside of me that these guys are distractions. You know, so you definitely, it's not a cakewalk. Oh. It's not. Now, come on, I wasn't here now. I've been here for a while. It's easy to be famous now. Content can be picked up from anywhere. There used to be a time that the only place you can get entertainment content is on national TV. And then it grew from national TV to video, as the VHS, and the investors were gods. The people who invested in the art of, you know, synthesizing all these small factors of production together and then making a film. We're all gods. I don't want to go into the whole chronicle from beginning till now, but it's been quite a very interesting journey. And now, if you have data, you can, in a wink of an eye, in a snap of the finger, you can be famous. You know, but while growing up, that wasn't the case. You know, so it was a lot more difficult then than it is today. The greatest thing I've sacrificed for my career, I don't think there's anything that's great enough. I saw it happen. I made up my mind, and I willingly gave. So it's not something I look back to in regret. Oh my God, look at what I sacrificed in my career. What did I want? I wanted it so bad. So anything that I gave was not too big. Because I'm established here in the city of Lagos means I'm an established actor. I'm established Lagos or Nigerian or African or global actor. I'm not an established actor. I'm living in this world. My eyes are fixed on the global. Not to get to a village in Iceland that people celebrate me as much as they do in Lekki. I'm still a work in progress, my dear. Don't make me start thinking that I have arrived. No, sorry. Well, in a way, I technically take it back. I'm very grateful. I thank you for the encouragement. I also celebrate every little and big win, of my life. So it does not look like I am being ungrateful to God for taking me this far. I am happy. God has made me stellar. Has made me celebrated, and fame is what very many people, I believe, very many people will give anything for. But I've been given fame. God has given me fame, on a platter of gold, and I have him to thank. My most treasured achievement all through my acting career is my family. That's it. It's my family. I'm happy that I go to pick up my children from school and other children jump at me and show me love, and parents also show me fan love, and then it makes my children proud. I look at them and then I feel very happy. That emotion, believe you me, cannot be quantified in naira and kobo. If you have a conviction inside of you that this is what you have to do, continue. That's the truth. Continue. Dream dies when it stops. That's the truth. Your dream dies when you stop. As an actor, you can sharpen up, you can metamorphose, you can improve from one level to the other. The fact that a particular audience is not encouraging, they don't like your craft, doesn't mean that everybody will not like your craft. Nigeria has 200 million people. We have over 50 million active audience. People who patronize our craft. For God's sake, if you go to a place that 2,000 people don't like you, you have over 49 million people who are waiting. So if you get emotionally traumatized enough to the extent of throwing in the towel and thinking, oh, this is not what I should do, then you're a weak mind. So you just keep on doing what you're doing and then be dedicated to your craft and never back down. Never back down. That's it. Don't allow anybody bully you psychologically or mentally to submission. You have to be mentally very strong to be able to pull it through here.
You get money? I am so rich that even the president collect recharge card from me. Hey, guess what? I got money here, and they'll be dashing women and children money.
Did they have a lot of motherless babies home there?
That's right. Come on. Believe me, I'm the best of friends with the president of Cote d'Ivoire. To a point, he said, he will go to his village and rest so that I'll be president for a couple of days, anytime I want.
He will use a hand, impeach himself.
To village.
My name is Ime Bishop Omo. Oh yes, you call me Okon. Oh say, Okon Lagos. Please. Keep on watching. Even if you have not started to watch before, please start and continue and never stop watching more video. Hey, yummy.
Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo rí àánú gbà o, torí kì í ṣe gbogbo ènìyàn ló rí àánú gbà o.
My name is Olatayo Amokade, aka Ijebu. I'm from Ogun State, Ijebu to be precise. It happens to be the last one out of 5 from the family of Mr. and Mrs. Kolawole Amokade from Ilishan.
Ọba tó ń jẹ́ èmi ni má ṣe bẹ̀rù kábí ọkọ̀ òsì, ọba tó dá mi tí ó dá mi, ọba tó mọ̀ mí tó mọ̀ mí.
Yeah, I started my primary school from Wesley Primary School. Then I now moved to Shombi Comprehensive Secondary School before gaining admission into Ibadan Poly. So I did my OND at Irua Satellite Campus. I studied mass comm. I joined Muyiwa Ademola Authentic School of Drama. It happens to be my boss, Muyiwa Ademola. Know you. So I was there like for 7 years before moving to another boss to do some PAs. And then from there, here I am today. Troublesome, no. My mother will beat me. My father will beat me because I love playing a lot. I'm one of the best keeper in my town then. It's only this school so-called Tai Sholari Secondary School that beat us when we do normally do. All the secondary school, we beat them. I'm one of the best keeper. So in fact, I don't know I'm going to be here today. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I have this talent when I was young. I do normally, gather, telling some kids to come around, give them some storylines, like, tell them to buy sweets. So at the end of the day, I'll ask them who won, who's the winner. So at the end of the day, I will just share the gift amongst them. Sometimes I do normally anchor program. And then I do normally dance. When I was young, I danced a lot. I danced a lot because our mom danced. So I inherited that from my mom. She loved dancing. My parents support me, especially my mom. In terms of prayer, I'm like, báwo ni, ṣé wá okay, gbé mi lọ náà, o ti travel. First film I feature in, that's Impact, Ipa, by Adebayo Tijani. I did Babalawo then. We are just undergoing some training then, so I was even happy. No, I'm not after the money, that they want to use it then. They're like, how many sing? 2. I will do it, sir. Please give me, I will do it. Which money, care? Hey, I'm not expecting money then. We're only doing it for passion. If you're coming to the industry, you have something called passion. Don't be after the money, because at the end of the money will come. Then when I was with my boss, the only thing I have in my mind is that I love doing this thing. I have passion for it, not the fame. I don't even know about the fame. I was like, okay, let me just be doing it. I don't even know that the fame will come. First morning I made from acting. That's I forgot the title of this movie. They gave me, the movie was written and produced by Mr. Ladi. They gave me 40,000 naira. Then, like 8 years ago, I was like, I went to supermarket to get some TV, or this small TV, and DVD, 4,000 naira. Small TV then, like 21,000 naira. I was like, hey, Yarami, I'll just touch everything, 40,000. Like 8 years ago, I was like,
kí ni title film ọ̀hún?
Amisu ni wọ́n wá. That's the title of the film. Amisu, Kide.
Kò sí ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ àwọn àrò kankan ni.
Hello, ta ló pè mí o? Mo pààyàn lọ́wọ́, mo peku lọ́wọ́. Hello.
Mo ń bọ̀, jẹ́ kí n dá àwọn customer lò wọ́n dúró ní tiẹ̀. Ló gbọ́.
A ló pè mí o, mo pààyàn lọ́wọ́. Mo ti dé o, yé bọ́sẹ̀.
Master Ladi just call me. Hello, Jebu, ma bá mi ṣe like lead like 3-4 days. Ẹ máa fún mi lówó, you give me money o. So he gave me 40,000.
Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo lórí àánú gbà o. Torí kì í ṣe gbogbo ènìyàn lórí àánú gbà o.
Yeah, I was at Oyo at the location when I have one of my boss on set. Because I could not play the role very well. I was nervous then, scared that I'm on set with these big actors that I've been looking forward to work with, and I'm still under training. So the moment they called action, so he was like, just give me a pa. Okay. I'm sorry, there might be no. When he gets on calling, then shaking on calling location, on calling Yazani. There might be no sir. Say this and clinical. So when they say action again, I cannot say anything again. So I was like, I'm shocked that he slapped me. But thank God today.
You want a rogu? Mo ka e, you want a rogu fún mi, o so mo kin mu fún mo de mu fún lo. Where the love you? Where the sound you? Oh, ni bi kankan lo. Wo roju e me daji tele rowo. Where love you? Me love you kankan. Well play.
When I did my OND, so I came to Lagos, precisely Ikorodu, to see my brother, the same blood. So I've been working with him, driving his school bus, taking students from home and dropping them at afternoon. So along the line, I was just like, am I going to do this forever? I just decided, I left his house and I went to stay with Sonyeri. So I spent like 2 years with him. There is a lot of challenges there. His wife, himself, different. But then I was just like, I know God will do something one day. But now, yeah, I am.
Jabu. Fún mi ní polówó náà kan sí.
Hello, ta ló ń pè mí o? Mo ń pààyàn lọ́wọ́, mo ń pè kú lọ́wọ́. Ó máa dúró.
Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo rí àánú gbà o. Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo rí àánú gbà o. Torí kì í ṣe gbogbo ènìyàn lórí àánú gbà o.
You calling to do interview with me. That means that I'm someone.
O máa ń jẹ toasting fried chicken dán.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
I don't have it in mind that someone one day will like come, share you Mr. Ijebu. We would like to see you in UK, we would like to see you in South Africa, we would like to come to Dublin for your So I was like, okay, my career is taking me everywhere. So I love it a lot and it has been a good opportunity for me. The movie like Future that make me to blow. That was Opakon, written and produced by Sonyeri.
Ẹ fún mi ní ẹran mẹ́fà. Ẹran mẹ́fà. Pẹ̀lú àwọn abọ́dì àwọn sàkì. Ibi ẹ̀ délé ni ẹ máa ṣe fàájì. Fàájì ni máa jẹ́ kí ẹ méjèèjì ṣe. Wọ́n mọ̀ sọ fún wọn bó ní ọ̀tán. Ọlọ́run.
Unfortunately, he caught someone to play the role, like 18, but maybe something else happened, so I don't know. So when the movie comes out, I was like, Ijebu yẹn náà já wèrè o pẹ̀lú Sonyeri. So from there, I've been started gaining fans.
Ọba tó pọ̀ nípa àtagbára, ọba tó ń jẹ́ èmi ni má ṣe bẹ̀rù kábí ọkọ̀ sí, ọba tó dá mi tí ò dá mi, ọba tó mọ̀ mí tó mọ̀ mí, èmi ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ torí pé mo rí àánú gbà.
My most treasured achievement in my career. First of all, let me say a big thanks to Almighty God. Now, I have my personal office. I have my location bus. I just bought it. I have generator. I'm planning to get some equipment from abroad in. I've been, I have like 3 cars. God have made it possible for me. And I'm not going to lie to you. I've been like, shame me not delay. Advice for my fans out there or those people like they want like I want to be like Ijebu, they should not try to be like me. They your limit, I my lane. What I'm trying to bring out is that when you come into movie industry, have it at the back of your mind is that passion. Passion is the most important. I want to do this. Don't do it because Ijebu, he has like 2-4 cars. He's traveling from abroad to one abroad. No, don't do it because of that. Have that passion, and that passion will now like make you to go further. But if like we not fellow make a winning industry, we don't have any money. It's because of this fame that like Ethel will call you or this one will call you about our anchor program. We like the way you do in your movie. Please can you call a program? I will go there. My fans out there, I would like to tell you something important. Keep supporting good brand, which is Olataya Makade.
Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo rí àánú gbà o. Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo rí àánú gbà o. Torí kì í ṣe gbogbo ènìyàn. Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo rí àánú gbà o. Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo rí àánú gbà o. Torí kì í ṣe gbogbo ènìyàn ló rí àánú gbà o. Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo rí àánú gbà o. Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo rí àánú.
Kí ló ṣe? Àánú ẹ máa ń ṣe mí. Kó o máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé ọ̀rẹ́ ni tó ń bẹ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Mo fẹ́ ṣe bọ́ọ̀rẹ́ ṣe ń ṣe. Oyinda ó máa ń kó bá nìyẹn. Ṣé nítorí pé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ ń tẹ̀lé àwọn ọmọ yahoo káàkiri ìwọ náà bá ló máa ta tán síbẹ̀?
Àǹtí mi, ọ̀rọ̀ orí bí mọ́mí ṣe sọ yẹn, ẹ má dá wọn lóhùn. Mọ́mí she talks too much. God.
Ó dáa, tó bá gbọ́ tèmi, mo gbọ́ tiẹ̀. Ṣorí nǹkan tí o gbọ́ nípa mi láyé rí, màá sọ fún ẹ lénìí. Èmi náà máa ṣe ju títí ẹ lọ́mọ tí mo wá sísí.
My name's Faithia Aduni Akorede. I don't want to say my native name because you cannot pronounce it. It's very short for me, but I'll still tell you. Plus, my native name is Inyome. That means Orire Williams Balogun. I'm from Delta States. Proud Warri babe. I'm Robo Warri, Opara Waterside to be precise. Ha, Bukata. Who has Bukata? Is it not number one? I'm number one from a family of C. We are so large. As a matter of fact, I think we are even more than a football team. But I'm proud to be number one. It's just that the expenses is too much, but I'm coping and God is helping. So I'm number one.
Àlàkẹ́ àbí kí ni wọ́n ń pè ọ́? Ojú rẹ̀ fọ́ ni.
Ìrìn yín. Ta ni yín?
Wo Àlàkẹ́, mo ní wí fún ọ ni, ojú ẹ̀sìn rẹ ti ṣú, ó sì tó tẹ́ ní ìlú yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ẹ wá. Ẹ dúró kẹ́ ẹ gbèsè yín. Ẹ wò ó, ẹ wojú mi dáadáa. Ẹ jẹ́ lọ sí owó agbẹjẹmọ́wọ́.
Bí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Àlàkẹ́, wá gbọ́, kó o jẹ́ ń sọ fún ọ, kò sáyè fún ọ láàfin, kó yá fi kábíyèsí sílẹ̀ fún wa ní.
Irọ́ ńlá lẹ pa. Ẹ kú àfojúsọ́nà mi Àlàkẹ́, mo dé tán. Ẹ dápẹ́ bọ́ta.
Wọ̀gán ó sì gbà.
Ní kíni?
Ó gbà ló. Ọ kábùkù.
I was very subtle because my father then, my father is a discipline, as in the kind of discipline this papa gets, I don't understand. He will come take me to school, wait at the gates, pick me up, go home, bathe me, wait for lesson teacher. We were not rich, but we were very comfortable. I went to one of the best schools. So I will say thank you to my father for that. You understand? So I lived a very sorted life. No going out. The only time we go out maybe is Easter, Christmas, or there's a family gathering. Yes, so I was a very settled child when growing up. Yeah, because I was settled and I was kind of reserved. I kept to myself a lot. So I was really not interested in games. And I don't like to be, how would I say it? I don't like to play games and you win me. I will turn on to malice. We go fight. We will not be talking again. So when I realized that, I stopped going into games or anything. But while I was in secondary school, I did volleyball. I ran for my school. I was in all through from class 1 to 5. I was always in front of the march past for my school. They're going to come to my school, so you know that I went to school. you know. So I didn't really have a particular game that I would say I really like. So I will tell you that I'm not a game person. I'm not a game person because I know that they win me. So I'm not a game person.
Bí gbogbo ẹnu ẹ sọ̀hún aláìlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìyàwó abọ́ máa gbọ́.
Ó bọ̀rọ̀ sọ ọkọ ẹ̀sìn ló kọ́ rọ̀bà. Ìwọ lọ́kọ́ ọkọ rẹ̀ níyàwó.
Ìwọ fílẹ̀ jẹ́ ń fún ní èsì. Ṣé tí bá jẹ́ ìyá ọkọ ẹ̀ àbí mo jẹ́ ìyá ẹ̀? Tí mo pe meeting family bó ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn.
Àti ẹ̀ nírú yín yọ̀pọ̀ àló máa fẹ́ yín lé yín.
Aláìtọ́jú tí
ọmọ. Ọlọ́run tí a máa yẹ ká nírú ẹ̀ níyàwó ńlé ìdílé mi Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́. Kò yẹ wo ọjọ́ Ọlọ́run fi bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ìwọ kọ́ ló wá gbalé lọ́wọ́ mi o. Ọkọ ẹ ló wá gbalé lọ́wọ́ mi. Lẹ́tọ̀dẹ̀ tí mú ẹ nínú ilé yìí mi kọjá àyè mi dọ́dún ẹ̀. Jọ́ fi tiẹ̀ ṣe tiẹ̀.
My academic background, will I remember? Okay, I went to Olufumla Nursery School. I went to Maryland Primary School, Maryland Comprehensive High School. Went to Kwara State Polytechnic. I did diploma in law, but I know if I finish because I can't do law. I can't read too much. So that is basically. Then I went to Olabisi Onabanjo 4 years ago to study, I would say performing arts, just to know about theater a little bit. How did I go into acting? Well, I didn't plan to be an actor, seriously. My dad wanted me to be an accountant. I did not know maths. So how would that one work? So he also wanted me to go to university, and I'm going to talk about that in one of my, what is it called, that I'm doing. Parents want us to go to university. In those days, they feel that Polytechnic is no school. So I waited for a while because he wanted me to go to university. And when university no come, I quickly went into my, what's it called, my Kwara Poly, JJJJ. So one fateful afternoon, I was going to school. Then my foster brother is late now, Tenifab, Alhaji Fatai Teniola, my foster brother. So they wanted to, they were doing their normal thing because in those days, I'm sorry, we used to think that acting was for the non-entities. In those days that I started, obviously parents didn't want their kids to go into acting. Not now that parents even come to you and beg you to let his or her child be in the industry. So I was going to school and somebody didn't come that day to, I've said this story like over and over. Someone didn't come to that set. That person's name is Oyeladun. She didn't come to that set. So everybody was like, what do we do now? We have to shoot today. The late Kokon Sari was there, you know. They now called me and said, Faithia, can you act? I said, which one be that one? When did you see me acting? What was the meaning of that? I shouldn't whine me. There was no such slag then. The child said, John, I don't know how to do. How do I do that? Where do I start from? Fine, in school, in secondary school, we used to do all those dramatic things. Those ones were baby play for me. You know, maybe something day, you just come. Where did you put my rice? I used to think all those ones were just child's play when acting in school. So I didn't count that as acting. Okay, fine, I was into entertainment when I was in school. But for me, it wasn't acting. It was just like, okay, fine. I was one of the few people in school that was, you know, small, brilliant like that, Sha. So they always put me in front of everything they want to do in secondary school. So I didn't count it as acting. So to cut the long story short, I did the thing and it came out well. And the man was like, she would still act. And I said, no, I've never acted before, except we are in school, secondary school, nothing else. So I did that movie called Talopa Chief, and it was big deal that year. So after Talopa Chief, I did The Secretary. That one too was big deal because there was not too much movies then, not too much actors. So when you do one movie, you blow. In those days, yes. Because not too much of it. And I traveled. I left the country for, as you say, you know, now came back year 2000. So I continued from year 2000. And since then, glory be to God. Okay, my first feature movie, I said it before, Talopa Chief. That was in the early 90s. Early 90s, yes. Late 80s, early 90s was Talopa Chief. I was not paid. I won't lie. I was not paid because it was like my brother's movie. So obviously, he's the one that will give me money when I'm going to school. So even then, it was not a job for me. So I was not paid. Well, The first movie I did was like a play, like I said. I was just messing around. So after the 1-2-1, I finished from school and I traveled. So my parents did not even know I acted any movie. So I'm sure maybe later in my, what's it called, when they are going through my profiles, maybe on the internet, they will now know that, she has started Titi. But my parents did not know I was acting that time that I acted. And when I did those 2 movies, I just traveled. Not even 2, I did like 4 before I traveled. I now traveled. So when I got to the UK, when people come to the UK and they want to film, obviously I'm the first they will call. So they will call me. And I also met some England, UK actors that wanted to do Yoruba movie. So when any producer comes to the UK, they just call and say, can you do this? And of course I can do. So I was like what's it called in the UK then? When you come to the UK, you want to film, I'll be the one to do it. So that was when my parents started saying it. And for them, they still thought it was just one-off. I was joking. So it was no big deal for them. You get? Especially my father till now does not see me as anybody. So he tells me, when you're coming, pull down your, what's it called, at the door. So he still does not see me as an actor. But my mom is my mom likes what our kids like. So she was not against it. There's just the negative part. When the negative part started coming in, that was when she was like, no, if this is going to break you down every time, then you have to stop. And I was in love with it then already. I couldn't say no, you know. So they didn't have anything against it like that. But my dad is just this disciplined man that the only thing he wants is just get your education. So even till date, he doesn't really talk about me being an actor. My first movie that I watched was 3 years ago. Simisola Otolemuye. Yes, he came visiting and he just saw the CD, and you know, my daughter was not telling that Grandpa watched Simisola yesterday and he was saying that is my daughter this good in acting? So he's not freaked about the acting thing. And because I didn't go for what he wanted me to go for, but at least he's still happy that I'm fine. I was trying moments. He saw you plenty small. No? But I would say the negative part of it actually. Because you just pick up one morning and there's this news about you that you don't even know. You now ask yourself, did I do this thing? Abi, when did I do it? Did my spirit leave my body to go and do it? Those are the worst parts of my life. Negativity of the fame is crazy. Because you wake up, I wake up sometimes and I don't want to go out. In those days of when we have those soft sales magazines, I don't want to start mentioning names, but they will just come. Monday to Friday will be your case. You can't go to the bank, you can't go anywhere because they are talking about you around. So I tell people now that, anyway, it's not as if they are lucky though, because in our own days it was the soft sell magazine that was writing about us, but these days is social media. You understand? So the negative part of it was my most challenging parts. Well, like I said earlier on, that was when my mom was coming in. That was when she was telling me that if this thing is going to keep breaking you, then stop. But I was in love with it then. I couldn't stop. You understand? So all I do is just cry and pray. Along the line, like I said, I was just playing. It was no big deal for me. I got to the UK, yes, I was still doing it. It was no big deal to me. I was just enjoying the fame. That's what I would say. If I go out and they say, that's Sita Williams, I'll be happy that at least they know me, you know. And I was not collecting money. And I think I collected money for 1 or 2 movies when I was in the UK, though. Not plenty, but I collected. So when I got back to Nigeria, year 2000, I actually told myself, I was receiving calls from Nigeria when I do movies in the UK and they release it in Nigeria. They will call me to say, that your movie was nice. I was like, is this thing paying like that? I started talking to someone. What's about this acting thing? He said, it's good though, blah, blah, blah. It's like, can I relocate because of that? He said, why not? I said, are you sure? He said, why not? So it took me 2 years to think about it. That do I really want to relocate because I want to go and start acting? So I told my partner then that, okay, when comes year 2000, I'm relocating. He said, why? I think I want to go and face my acting career. I said, for what? What is it? What money? How are you going to? I told him I was going. So before year 2000, something happened. And I just told myself I needed to go. And I came back home. and I started. So that is the greatest risk. And I left my son when I was coming. I left him in the UK with his father, and I came to Nigeria to face my career. That question, seriously, I don't always have an answer for it. You know why? Because I have so many movies that I did at the same time that elevated me. So I don't have a particular one that will say, okay, if I say Onome Aganga is just around the corner. Do you understand? Okay, people call me Onome Aganga. Do you understand? People call me Otelemuye. I have so many names. And I keep telling people like that, I'm glad I didn't have a stage name. Because I don't like a stage name. Do you understand? So I'm really glad I didn't have. But of course, my fans still call me Onome Aganga because that's one of my, movies that's really, really... Of course, the rest did well. But, people like this, what's it called, Togism acting and, So Onome Aganga is there. There's a whole lot. I have a whole lot of movies that I would say that elevated me when I was growing up. Then when I came back from the UK, I did Abule Showo. I did Abule Showo for my boss, Yinka Quadri. That was one of the first movies that I did when I came back from the UK. And the movie did extremely well. So I would say Abule Showo is one of the movies that I did that elevated me a little bit. Then people started calling me. They saw the strength I had. They saw the deepness that I had. So they started calling me. So that was how everything started. But I can't pinpoint like 2 or 5 that, okay, this was the movie that brought me out. No. You understand? But obviously, that name Faithia Williams was there before I left for the UK. And when I came back, it was just a continuity of what I left.
Ìyá àgbẹ̀, lóòótọ́ mo mọ̀ pé inú ìnira ló wà. Kò sí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ gbà nínú kíwà àtàwọn girls ẹ̀ kù náà. Nothing I want to achieve. Ṣòrí, bó ṣe wà yìí, mi ì mọ nǹkan kan tó ń ṣe ẹ́. Tí má dé sọ pé mo fẹ́ gbẹ̀san ikú tó pa ẹ́ jù o, kò wọ́ ọ̀tẹ̀.
Well, I would just say that I am blessed. I will just say that, alhamdulillah, every movie that I've laid my hands on have been a success. I am proud to say I've made some things in the career, and I'm proud because everything I've got, I got it from this career. Everything I have, the pin in my house is from this career. So I'm always proud to say I'm an actor anywhere. I'm a filmmaker anywhere. Do you understand? So I have achievements is around the corner. I have a whole lot of achievements around the corner from my career. You understand? Anytime I get an award, I see it as my greatest achievement, because for you to grab an award to say best something, that means you're recognized like full-time. Okay, like when I got my Africa Magic award, I was like on top of, I was like a Sharon Stone. Seriously. To get an Africa Magic award, you know how hard that can be. So for my movie, me, Faithia, got Africa Magic award. Hey, that year was my, I don't understand. I was working with my shoulder pad like this. Yes, proud of it. It's me, I got it, you know. So I think that is one of my greatest achievements too.
Okay. Ma, try best me.
Thank you, ma. She no,
for deserving. How it is well.
What I would advise the upcoming actors, firstly, education. Education is important. Trust me. Education is important. I didn't go to school the way I wanted to. I wanted to have PhD, masters, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to be, you understand, but I did not have it. So I told myself, my kids, hey, I don't know that kind of school, Sha. Maybe it's not in this world. They're going to get the education that I did not get. And I will beg them, if it's begging them, I will beg them to have it. Because as you grow, you see that education is important. I tell my students, it's not just coming to say you want to be an actor. Because where this thing is going now, if you're not educated, nothing will come for you. If you don't know how to read and write, nothing will come for you. So even the small that I have, when I'm reading my script, I'm proud of myself. I will now tell myself, Faithia, what if you did not go to school? What if you did not even go small to read this? What would have happened? I'll be crying by now, or I'll kill myself. So please, go to school first. Before you want anything you want to do. We see graduates now being makeup artists, all those things they do now. When you ask them, are you in school? Yes, I just finished my. They are all graduates. And you see makeup artists, you see costumier, you see a whole lot of people, but they have gone to school. So it's important for you, my dears, to please get your education before saying you want to come into acting. You can even act and go to school, but my point is, go to school is important.
My name is Adebayo Olufemi Abdulateef, but most people know me to be Femi Adebayo.
ọwọ́ látọwọ́ mi. ó dùn ọ̀rọ̀ náà dùn ó fẹ́ ké ọ̀rọ̀ náà dùn ìyíwèé mi ó fẹ́ ké.
I am from Kwara State, Ilorin to be precise.
ìlú Ìlọrin ìṣèlú fìtínà fà.